guys, it is Lydia and I'm back this week to share how I was able to pay for my groceries, earning money as a stay-at-home mom, a homeschooling mom, and what that looks like for our family. My goal for this has been to push myself into financial coaching, and we are now in the middle of March and I have not launched financial coaching yet. If you remember, I shared last week in my video that I wanted to work on getting some documents ready that I would have to send out to people who were interested in financial coaching, and I was able to get them typed up in a very rough form. My goal for this next week is to make them a little more user-friendly on the other end for clients that I would work with. And then hopefully I'll be able to launch and work with a few beta clients, some test clients who will work through the program, give me some tips and some feedback. So if you know somebody that would be interested in that, let me know. Or if you are somebody that would be interested in that, let me know. I'm going to do a discounted rate in exchange for feedback for those people. I'm not sure exactly what that rate's going to be at this point, but I'm going to try to find, I think, probably 2 people who will fit that mold to work through the program with me and then go from there. So that's my goal for this next week. So I want you all to hold me accountable. If you see me in real life, ask me how it's going, or feel free to shoot me a text or leave me a message and say, how are you doing with those forms for this next week? It's that 1% principle. We listened to Atomic Habits in the van over this last week, and just really working one step at a time and getting a little better at what we're doing. And that is my goal with these videos and also with financial coaching. I'm not going to be an expert overnight on YouTube, obviously, or on financial coaching, but I need to take one step at a time to work on those things. So that's really the reason I'm doing this, and I'm trying to improve every day. What we had to eat this last week. On our menu, we had a roast last Sunday, and I texted my parents saying, how am I ever going to feed my family? Because, oh my goodness, we ate the whole roast, and it was a decent sized roast. And we had a whole quart-sized jar of green beans that were from either our garden or one of our neighbors has given us some produce in the past. So I'm not sure if the green beans came from our garden or his garden. But we ate that. We had other things with the meal too, and I was just like, we have nothing left. Where is all this food going? My 10-month-old is putting away the food. He is growing, and I feel like I cannot keep up with him. But that is what we had on Sunday. Monday night we had some friends over, and I'm all about keeping meals very simple when we have people over, and this is like the go-to simple meal for me. I'm going to tell you what we had, because I don't like to stress myself out last minute when people are coming over to be in the kitchen making the last little bit of a meal, because I want to be able to enjoy having company over and not stressing out. So we found brats and hot dogs. If you remember, I shared about that in the grocery haul a few weeks ago that we threw in the freezer. So I had brats and hot dogs. My husband did grill those right before people came over, obviously, but that is just a matter of kind of watching them. It doesn't take a lot of work. We also had broccoli salad from broccoli that I got on sale, and I made a salad with that. We had a salad kit that I got on sale for 99 cents, and I threw that in a bowl, and then I just put the dressing on right before the people came. We also had some berries that were on sale at Meijer, so I had a mixture of strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries, and so I had that all ready to go and just served that. We had chips, 2 different kinds of chips, and then I just had ice cream for dessert. I don't know, I'm trying not to make dessert as big of a deal in our family, and the family that came over had 3 young sons who needed to go to bed and have school the next day as well. So I didn't feel like sugar loading up all of our kids to send them home. So it was just a very simple meal, but it allowed me to be able to focus on the guests and not on prepping a meal, stressing out, wondering if the food that I had made was going to be good or if it was going to be gross. And because we found the brats and hot dogs on sale, they were a little bit of a higher quality brat and hot dog for a better price. So it was a win-win for all of us. And I made extra because you never know how many people are going to eat. So we had, I think, 2 other meals from those throughout the week. And so that was nice too, because we could have some leftovers. I also had some ham that was left over, so we had creamed ham over sourdough bread. So that was just like ham, made a roux, added some milk and some seasonings, added the ham, and then it was like a creamed ham that we had over bread. I made a vegetable soup, and if you follow me on Facebook, you saw that I froze the leftovers from this. Vegetable soup's not a favorite at our house, and so I knew that leftovers thrown in the fridge, unless I like made people eat them again, probably wouldn't have gotten used. So I threw those in the freezer so that some night we can pull those out and it's like a new meal, but we're not like, oh, we have to have this again. It's just not something we love, unfortunately. So able to make that into a new meal in a week or so, and it feels new, but it's not taking me any more work. I pulled out zucchini, shredded zucchini, because I have a decent amount still in my freezer, and I'm gonna try to make, I think, zucchini cakes for lunch today. Just something quick and easy with that, and maybe serve that with tomato soup as well, because I have a decent amount of both of those that we need to use up before we get a lot of zucchini this summer from, you know, anybody. Zucchini just like grows, and yeah, it's one of those, you know, you don't leave your car unlocked at church because zucchini might show up in your car. So we need to use up some of that before summer comes. Also, last night we made sourdough pizzas, which I just used my discard in my pan and used that pepperoni that my 2-year-old picked up and some mozzarella cheese. I found that mozzarella cheese doesn't last super long in the fridge, so I needed to use some of that up. So we made some pizzas last night, and that is what we had to eat this last week, and then we had leftovers from those things for lunch. And I made it through this week, and I hadn't made any money. And I was feeling a little depressed because I was like, I have to pay for my groceries. I have to do a video at the end of the week, and I have not made any money. Well, if you remember, I got a bank bonus a few weeks ago, and I made my husband sign up for the same account because I could refer him and then he could get the bonus. So that bonus takes about 10 days or so to post to the account, and it posted this week. So I made $75, he made $75. I also made $5 for moving money to an envelope in this account, which then I moved right back out, and I made $5 off of that. So I made $155 just by moving money around this last week. So I think I'm going to be doing a video about that here in the next little bit. But bank bonuses can be a super easy way of making some money. So I'm going to share a little bit about them. It can be very overwhelming too because there are so many out there. But this was a great way to make me a little bit of money that I can use in the next coming weeks because the money in my wallet was getting a little slim. We did go to Kroger and spend $35 this week. I needed some milk. I also got some shrimp. My birthday is coming up, and I don't know that I want to go out to eat and spend a ton of money, but I also don't want to cook. So they had some breaded shrimp on sale, and that's not something we have a lot. So I decided to get some of that because that'll be an easy birthday dinner. And I got it. I had taken one of my daughters in. We went out to the van, left, went and picked up some chicken food, and I was looking at my receipt and I'm like, they overcharged me by $2 a box, and I got 4 boxes of shrimp. So that's $8 that they overcharged me for the shrimp. Needless to say, I was a little frustrated. That's $8. That's a lot of money. So thankfully my husband was with me, and we were only like 3 minutes down the road from Kroger. So we went back, and I went and talked to customer service, and she's like, well, you didn't buy the right things to go with the coupon. I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure that's how the shelf was marked, that these were on sale. She didn't really care. She did return them, and I was shocked. They put them back on the shelf, which thankfully one of my receipts had a survey, and I was able to fill out this information. Not to be disgruntled, but just because I don't know, customer service should be there for customer service and not just, meh, you got, you know, the wrong thing, whatever. I don't know. But I went back then to buy the right thing because I wanted some shrimp. And the shelf was obviously marked wrong. What I had originally thought was some beer battered shrimp, and the tag said beer battered shrimp $9.99 on sale for $5.99 with digital coupon $3.97. That's what I bought, and according to that shelf tag, it should work, but it didn't because the digital coupon wasn't attached to that. And honestly, the thing that should work and that did work and that it was attached to the coupon wasn't marked. So it didn't really bother me that they didn't do anything for me, but how many other people were going to go look at that shelf, read the tag, not look at the coupon on their phone because, you know, you got life to live and what is marked on the shelf should be right. I don't know, it just kind of bothered me that she didn't care that the shelf was marked wrong, and also that I had left the store with my shrimp, taken it, and she returned it to the shelf. I was standing there as it went back on the shelf. I don't know. I honestly thought that was like highly illegal. Maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I did actually put that Kroger could contact me about it. So I'm a little curious just to see what they would say, and also curious because I know some places have a, if the price isn't right, guarantee that you should get the item for free. I have a friend who shops a lot at Walmart, and she will go through the store and pick up something and take a picture of everything that she buys because Walmart notoriously rings up their items wrong. And so she wants to be able to go up and show the people this is what it should cost and make sure she gets the right price. Interesting. I don't know. Watch those receipts. Watch them as you check out. That is so easier said than done when you have 4 kids in tow. So check them out though. That was $8. I realize that really is a small amount, but $8 is a lot. So that's what we spent this week. We also spent some time working on gardening stuff. We planted some onion seeds, which I have never done before. So I'm very curious. They have sprouted, germinated. We'll see what we get from them. We also have planted peas in our garden, and we had a neighbor give us a huge pack of peas. So we have another batch that we stored that I'll use later this summer because we did not get them all planted. It was a lot. So I'm curious. We didn't have any luck with our peas last year because deer got to them. So I need to either fence them or something to try to deter the deer from our peas. So I'm hoping we get at least a few this year, at least enough to eat from the garden. Because last year they got like this tall and the deers, wow. I just talked to my daughter about irregular plurals, how deer just decimated our peas. So we're hoping for some. We're hoping to eat a little bit more from what we have in our garden. So that's the goal. But that is where we are this week. And once again, if you see me this next week, hold me accountable to those charts. And if nothing else, I hope that I can report next week they are ready to go, at least in the rough form, until people like go through it and say, change this, this was kind of confusing. So I hope that you have a good week. I hope that you were able to make a little bit this last week, that you were able to eat a little bit more from your house, and that you're not feeling the overwhelm by going to the grocery store and seeing prices increase. So I will talk to you next week, and I hope that you have a great week. Bye.